Welcome to another deep dive. Today we're doing something a little different. We're galloping into the world of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
My Little Pony.
Yeah, but hear me out. We're not here for just rainbows and friendship lessons this time. We're gonna unearth which pony is the brainiest.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So our source material is this really passionate fan-made ranking of the top 10 smartest ponies in Equestria.
Oh, wow. Fan rankings. Those are always so interesting because it really shows you how much people think about these characters. Like they're analyzing them, debating. It's almost like literary criticism, but for ponies.
Exactly. And this list is full of surprises. Some picks you'd expect, others. Well, let's just say there's some serious debate about what even is intelligence in Equestria.
I can imagine. And that's what I love about this kind of deep dive. It makes you think about different ways of being smart, different kinds of knowledge.
Yeah.
So where does this list begin?
Well, at the top, no surprise here, is Twilight Sparkle. She's like the poster pony for brains in Equestria.
Oh, yeah. She's the ultimate magical scholar, right? Always hitting the books, solving problems with magic and logic, coming up with these crazy spells.
Yeah. The source even mentions how she once figured out that Cadence, Shining Armor's wife, had been replaced by an evil twin, and then Twilight made a counterspell to save everyone.
Oh, wow. That's a great example because it shows how Twilight's intelligence isn't just book smarts. It's applying that knowledge under pressure, creative thinking, finding solutions nobody else could. And, this reminds me of how important mentors are. Twilight had Princess Celestia guiding her. That kind of support is crucial for anyone to reach their potential.
Absolutely. Okay, now get this. Number 2 on the list is Applejack.
Applejack.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised too. Not exactly known for like magical theories or anything.
Right, but this is where it gets interesting because it challenges what we think of as intelligence. Twilight might be the bookworm, but Applejack shows us practical intelligence.
Mm.
Totally. The fans point out how she runs that whole farm, faces danger without relying on magic, always keeps a cool head. Like that time she saved Apple Bloom from that monster. No spells, just quick thinking and bravery.
It does make you think, right? We often connect intelligence with, like school or certain skills. But Applejack proves there are other ways to be smart. Street smarts, common sense, knowing how things work, those are valuable too.
So we've got the brainy bookworm and the practical problem solver. But then things get a little chaotic at number 6 on the list. Ready for this? It's Discord.
Discord, the spirit of disharmony. Now that's a curveball.
Right, he seems like pure chaos, but the fans make a good point about his strategy, his cleverness.
Oh yeah, like how he's outsmarted even Twilight Sparkle sometimes. He's
Yeah.
always manipulating things, got that mischievous grin, never know what he'll do next.
Exactly, and the source argues that maybe that chaos is part of his intelligence. It's unpredictable, keeps everyone off balance.
Oh, that's fascinating. Like playing chess with someone who changes the rules constantly.
Yeah.
You could never plan for that. Makes you wonder, is Discord just messing around? Or is he really a master strategist loving the challenge?
I know, right? This list is making me rethink what smart even means. And we're only at number 6. What other surprises are waiting?
I'm excited to find out. This is why these deep dives are so fun, always making us question what we thought we knew. So, speaking of surprises, this list, it really got people talking about Princess Celestia's ranking.
Oh, yeah, for sure. She comes in at number 3, which, I mean, for the ruler of Equestria, seems a bit low, right?
Right, you'd think with her age, all that experience, being Twilight's mentor, she'd be top spot, no question.
Some fans are saying exactly that. She's like, over 1,000 years old, ruled Equestria for ages, basically the ultimate expert on pony magic.
Yeah, but it brings up a cool point, doesn't it? The
Yeah.
difference between intelligence and wisdom.
Oh, I see what you mean, Celestia. She's definitely wise. But maybe this ranking is saying her strength is more in like good judgment, knowing how to lead, guide others, not just raw brain power.
Yeah, like one's a brilliant strategist, the other's a wise leader. Both important, but different, right?
Totally. And this kind of connects to another ranking that got fans fired up, Starlight Glimmer at number 7.
Starlight.
Yeah.
Wow, some people are saying she shouldn't be ranked above ponies who've been around longer, especially with her villainous past.
True, but the source argues that when she stole the main 6's cutie marks, remember that, showed crazy magical talent.
Right, and she almost beat Queen Chrysalis, which is no easy feat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's powerful for sure.
This is about that raw talent versus experience thing. You see Starlight's a prodigy, learns super fast, even without much formal training.
So, like, she's got the potential, but Needs more time to really become wise, like Celestia.
Exactly. And she's Twilight student now, so talk about a great mentor.
Hmm.
Makes you think, where will Starlight be in a few years? Her intelligence could totally skyrocket.
Okay, so we've talked about those top ponies and the ones causing some debate. But what about those who aren't, like, ruling countries or fighting villains, but are still super smart in their own way?
You're right. Further down the list, we find those ponies with, like, specialized intelligence.
Specialize.
Yeah. Like Maud Pie Taker. Seems like a simple pony, right?
Yeah.
Loves rocks. But some fans are saying her knowledge of geology is unmatched in all of Equestria.
Seriously. For real.
Yeah. The source even says her knowledge is as deep as any scholar, which, for a pony who, mostly stares at rocks, that's impressive.
That is pretty wild.
This is what I mean about different kinds of knowledge. We often think smarts is just science, math. But deep knowledge, even about rocks, it expands what we understand about the world.
Makes sense. And think about Zecora out there in the Everfree Forest. She's not a scholar, but her knowledge of herbs, potions, that's super valuable.
Exactly. She represents a different kind of intelligence.
Yeah.
More about nature, tradition, things passed down over time. Makes you think, how many ways are there to be smart, even in cultures different from our own?
Okay, there's one pony I gotta ask about because it's driving me nuts. Pinkie Pie. Some fans think she's actually a genius, just hiding it behind all that energy and randomness. Is there anything to that?
The Pinkie Pie mystery. It's a fun theory, honestly. Kind of convincing. She's unpredictable, impulsive.
Yeah, like that time she organized Twilight's library by color, drove Twilight crazy, but Pinkie knew where every book was.
Exactly. But then there are times she's insightful, organized, even strategic. Remember that scavenger hunt she dominated?
Oh, right, she was unstoppable. And that whole Pinkie sense thing, knowing things before they happen, almost like a sixth sense.
It gets you thinking, right? Maybe her chaos is actually a different way of processing info, not just logic, something else. Maybe she's not a genius in the way we usually think, but she's got this unique way of understanding things.
Like, she sees the world differently, makes connections nobody else can, and solves problems in unexpected ways. It really makes you think outside the box about what intelligence is.
Absolutely. And this brings us to another pony, not even on the list, but worth mentioning, Clover the Clever.
Clover the Clever.
Yeah. Never actually see her in the show, but she was Star Swirl the Bearded star pupil.
And the source says she was even more gifted than Celestia, who was also Star Swirl's student. That's saying something.
Right. Makes you wonder, if Clover was that smart, what did she achieve? What mysteries did she solve? What did she know that even Celestia didn't?
It's like this hidden chapter of equestrian history. So cool.
It is. And that's the best part of these deep dives. It's not just ranking ponies. It's about exploring all the different ways to be intelligent, questioning our ideas, and seeing how brilliance can show up anywhere, even in a world like My Little Pony.
Wow. I gotta say, my brain is buzzing after all that. Talk about a deep dive into pony intelligence.
Right. Equestria is way more complex than I ever thought.
Seriously. From magical prodigies to, like, rock experts, it's wild.
And don't forget the party pony, who might be a secret genius. Makes you think, right?
Oh yeah, Pinkie Pie, always keeping us guessing. So, after all this, what are the biggest things you take away from all this pony intelligence talk?
Well, for me, it really hits home that intelligence comes in so many forms, even in a world like My Little Pony. It's not just books or magic, it's problem solving, creativity, being aware of others' feelings, and specialized knowledge.
It's amazing how much these fans thought about it all. Like, they're treating these ponies like real people with their own strengths and weaknesses. It's cool.
That's the beauty of fandom, right? People get so invested in these stories, they want to discuss every little detail. It shows the power of good storytelling, how it makes us think about real-world stuff, too.
Totally. It reminds us that even in made-up worlds, there's always more to learn, different ways of looking at things. Nobody has all the answers, and sometimes the most unexpected characters can surprise you. Like, who knew Discord had so much going on upstairs?
Speaking of surprises, I'm curious, which pony's intelligence surprised you the most? And what does that say about how you think about intelligence?
Good question. I think I was most surprised by Discord, too. Always thought he was just chaotic, but now I see how being unpredictable could be its own kind of genius. Makes me realize I might have some biases about what smart looks like. What about you? Who got you thinking?
That whole debate about Celestia, that really stuck with me. We often think age and experience equal intelligence, but maybe those are different things altogether. Like maybe wisdom and being a good leader are just as valuable, if not more so than just having a big brain.
That's a great point, and it makes you think, how do we value intelligence in the real world? Is it all about grades and tests, or do we appreciate other kinds of smarts, like being practical, creative, understanding people's emotions?
It's a question worth thinking about, isn't it? And maybe, by looking at it through My Little Pony, we can understand our own ideas about intelligence a bit better.
So true. And hey, if you're out there listening, we'd love to hear your thoughts too. Which pony surprised you? What does this deep dive make you think about what intelligence really means? Share your ideas with us. And until next time, happy pondering, every pony.